Hello everyone, my name is Belén. I am 25 years old and I am originally from Ecuador, the beautiful city of Cuenca. And 3 years ago, I decided to move to Germany to study my master's degree. Because of that, I have a lot of people asking me all the time, Belén, how you managed to do that? Are you super rich that you can afford studying abroad, or are you super smart that you got a scholarship and now you are studying abroad? However, it is easier than you think. I am not rich and I am not super smart. So I decided to do this video in order to share with you a little bit of my experience, how I managed to do this, and how you could use some of this information to apply it in your case and hopefully also accomplish your dream of studying abroad. I will be focusing especially on information relevant for non-European people and also for people who want to do a master, because I feel that since I did a master application, it is easier for me to share this information with you. So let's begin. The most difficult part is always, where do I start? And for this, you will need to reflect a little bit on your situation and also what are your personal and professional goals. So if you're studying, your main purpose of going abroad is to study, you will probably have to look specifically at the degree program you want to pursue. And this depends on the university, and the university also will depend on the city in which this is located. So after you have made your decision and you say, okay, I want to live, I don't know, specifically in Munich. So I really want to move there, and then I'm going to find a program that is similar to my background or that is something that I'm really interested in. And hopefully you can find something like that in Munich. If not, then you will have to explore other universities around Germany. Now, there is a easier way to find the program. Let's say you do not have a specific city in mind, you don't really care where you want to live, but you just want the degree program of your dreams. So what I recommend you to do is to go to the DAD page or the DAAD page, and there it is a large database of the different degree programs available in a lot of universities in Germany, and then it will show you where which university it is located, how many semesters it takes, what might be the tuition that you have to pay. But if you really have a university or a city in mind, then what you could do is investigate the universities that are available in the city and then go to their web pages and look at the listing of the different degree programs that they have. Hopefully by now you know where the degree of your dreams is and you can apply for it. Now the next step would be to look at the requirements that this university has in regards to this specific degree. And for that, you need to be very careful because there are application deadlines. For example, if you're applying for a degree program that starts in the winter semester, the application deadline might be already between May and June or July or even August. So you need to send your documents until this date. Then the selection process happens, and then they will let you know with enough time in advance if you were accepted or not. And you can also prepare to the next step, that is the visa application. Because you're planning to come to Germany, you will of course need a language certification. Depending on the degree program you go for, you can either require an English language certification or a German language certification. And for this, you need to have an official exam, like the exam from the Goethe Institute, or the TOEFL exam, or the IELTS exam. And also depending on your program, some careers, they want their students to have at least a B2 in English or in German, or a C1. If you don't have the necessary language skills, some universities provide you with language preparatory courses. You can already move to Germany, start these courses, and then after you have acquired the necessary language skills, you can apply for a career. Most documents will need to be legalized and translated. What does it mean, each process? A legalization is when you get, for example, a transcript of records from your bachelor degree, and then this needs to be certified by your university and in some cases by a higher institution that manages universities. So in my case, because I come from Ecuador, this certificate was certified by my university, which was University of Cuenca, and then I had to go to a higher institution that is called Cenecit. And after that, documents will also need a apostille or apostilla, and this also comes with an extra cost, and you need to go to a specific notary or institution depending on the country where you are. In Ecuador, the apostille or apostilla, how we call it, is provided by the Ministerio de Relaciones Exteriores y Movilidad Humana. And only after all these documents have been legalized, have their apostille, then you can start with the translation. Most universities, I would say, require these documents to be translated in German. And watch out here, the translations need to be certified translations. They cannot just be translations by yourself, or they cannot be translations by a person who doesn't provide this certification. In the case of Ecuador, and I have also seen in other countries, I think like Mexico, Embassy of Germany provides a list of translations that are allowed to do these certifications, and these translations will be recognized by German institutions and also by the German government. And after you have collected all your documents, hopefully by now several months have already passed, because collecting all the documents requires time and also depends on the opening hours of certain authorities, and also on which dates you're collecting, because if there are holidays, then these institutions might be closed. After you have all your documents, you are ready to apply for university. Remember that universities sometimes also ask you for a CV or a curriculum vitae, where you, of course, describe all your achievements, what you have done. If you have worked, you include that there. If you have done previous studies, you also include that there. And sometimes also they ask you a motivational letter. So there you describe your story, you introduce yourself, and why you want that specific program. By now, you have collected all your documents, and now you're ready to send them. I would say that most universities, they ask you to send a digital application. So you scan all your documents and then you send them, and then they will analyze if you will be accepted or not. And if you're accepted, then they will ask you for the physical documents. Then you can go to a post office, or in my case, because the post offices in my country really do not work very well, I went to a private provider that was DHL, and with that I was able to send all my documents. Approximately, depending on the deadlines that each university have, you by now have applied for the university, you have sent all the documents, now you are just waiting for an answer. And when you get the answer, hopefully it is the program that you were wishing for. And remember here that you can also apply for more than one single university. You can apply for several universities in different parts of Germany. And when you get accepted in more than one university, you just have to reply to the university that you really want more, or that was your first choice, and then you will start the matriculation process in that university. So by now, you must have already received a acceptation letter, and the first part of moving abroad to study in Germany is done. Now comes the second part. And in my opinion, I would say the second part is it's easier to manage, it's easier to go through. And also for the visa process, I would recommend you that you start as soon as you receive a acceptation letter, because there is a lot of demand, and sometimes spots for having an interview are very limited. At least when I was doing my process, it was really hard for me to get an appointment. So I had to be every day refreshing the webpage to see when a spot was liberated, and I finally had a chance to get a spot. But now remember that this process got a little bit easier in some countries, because as of January 1st of 2025, they decided to make the visa application process digital. So it is not necessary that you go to the embassy. Sadly, this feature is not available in all countries. I was checking just yesterday, and for example, in my country is not available. Ecuador, in Peru is not available, but in other countries like Mexico, in Chile, in Brazil, this digital application is available. Let's hope that in the following months we all have this feature and we can all apply online. But yeah, for now, even if it was an online application, I'm pretty sure you need the same documents that they will ask as in an application for person. Now what we need to do is to visit the official webpage of the Embassy of Germany in your respective country. And there you will be able to find all the documents that they require you to bring the day of your interview. The type of visa that we will be getting as a student is a national visa, and then you will apply for a student or people who are looking to study in a German university. The first document and most general one is that you fill up a form with your personal data. It includes such information: where are you from, your age, your address, what a university you applied for, and 2 pictures of yourself. Make sure that these pictures have the European standards. You will need a valid passport, of course, that will not expire in the following 9 months. And also, if you had a previous visas or you already visited Germany or any European country before, you will need to provide copies of this. Then you will need your high school diploma. In this case, let's say even if you're applying for a master's degree, they will ask you for a high school diploma, which needs to be legalized by the Ministerio de Educación y Cultura in Ecuador. But I'm pretty sure that depending on the country you are applying from, they will tell you what institution is to legalize this document, and also will need an apostille. And they require you to bring all these diplomas. If you have, I don't know, maybe 1 bachelor or 2 bachelors, you need to also legalize and translate these documents in German. Now, when you're applying for a master's degree in Germany, you will need to demonstrate that your bachelor degree is recognized in Germany. There is an easy way to do this. You just go to a platform that is called Anabin, and here you will be able to look for your bachelor degree and look for that recognition and print it and just bring it to the embassy with you. Another of the documents is your acceptance letter. After you have applied, you will receive it automatically by the university, but in case you don't, then you can just write them an email and I'm pretty sure they will write you an acceptation letter. Next one is your planned address. In Germany, most students live either in a student house or a shared apartment. What you can do when you apply for university, sometimes they also can provide you with some help to help you find a student house. The other option is to live in a WG or also a shared apartment, and that is very popular in Germany because most of these apartments are shared between students, and you get a nice opportunity to know people and socialize and also enjoy a little bit more your life, not only your studies. If you're looking for a shared apartment, there is also this webpage called WG Gesucht, where you can look for different apartments available in the city you will be studying, and you will have to go through a little bit rough process of interviews with the people who are living in these apartments because they want to know with whom they will be sharing their time, right? So they really want to make sure that you are a nice person. Here comes the most, I would say, complicated part. You need to have a blocked account. The amount of money that you need in this blocked account in 2025 is 11,904 euros. In some countries, especially in mine, there is a bank service that provides this blocked account, and you don't need to send your money to Europe, but you can keep it in your country, and yeah, you can actually look it up in the embassy. I can tell you from my personal experience, of course, I'm not rich And I am very lucky that I had a relative who could give me this money, because I never worked in my life before. Immediately after I finished my bachelor, I decided to apply for a master, and of course never had a chance to earn money. Maybe a little bit of money that I did with some small jobs, but never really a big quantity, like almost 12,000 euros. And this was always my worry. I was very worried that once I arrived in Germany, I would be living very poorly or in bad conditions. But of course, I did my research before, and the reality is that in Germany, first, education is paid by the taxes of the citizens who, of course, reside in Germany, and is technically for free for students. You will just need to pay a semester fee, which is around 150 to 200 euros. While you are studying, either you are a bachelor student or a master student, or even right now a language student, even then you can work 20 hours per week. At the end of the month, you will get a decent amount of money. You need to balance your studies with your work. You sometimes might have a lot of courses, and working might just be a little bit too much. I have known people who have been studying a bachelor and they definitely do not have time for working extra, so they really need to use their savings. The money that you make here really is enough for paying for your rent, for paying for your assurances, for paying for your food. So basic necessities will be covered. You need to demonstrate that you still have the money every year that you renovate your visa, and the money that I had in this blocked account stayed there. I never touched it, but immediately after I arrived in Germany, I looked for a job. If you have that nice uncle or that nice aunt who could lend you the money, then it's a very nice way to start and accomplish your dream, because at the end of your studies you can give this money back, and after all, this is an investment for your future, for your studies, and I'm pretty sure it will pay off. When I was applying, I really struggled to understand this part, and this can be a little bit confusing. So when you are applying for the visa, what you will need to get beforehand is this health insurance valid for 90 days, also known as a travel insurance. And then after you start living in Germany, you will have to get a public health insurance. This, of course, will have a higher cost, but that's a problem for later, not for the application process. I found a very nice way to get it super easy was through a portal service called Expatrio, and I will leave my reference code down there, and there you will be able to get your travel assurance or your assurance valid for 90 days for free. And also, after you arrive in Germany, you can already apply for your public health assurance, and they simplify a lot of your work. They send the papers for you, and they will immediately provide the assurance that you need to show in the embassy right after you logged in. I know all this process can be stressful, and to be honest, it took me several months when I was trying to collect all my documents. For me, it was quite difficult at the beginning, but following step by step, having a checklist, and paying attention to the deadlines really helped me, because then I was able to apply for everything on time. I was able to find a house before I came here, and I just wish you luck. And if you want to pursue a master's degree here in Germany, you cannot start in a better time. Right now is the best time to do it. If you have any ideas or any questions, just write it in the comments. I will be reading you and trying to answer. In the future, I would like to do more videos like this, informative, sharing my experience of how I managed to come here, how I managed through the different paperwork. Thank you so much for watching, and hope to see you soon. Bye bye.